Welcome to this week's Hymn of the Week. This week we have ELW 516, Almighty God, Your Word is Cast. And of course this hymn goes with this Sunday's Gospel reading. I just played the tune that was the original, as I would say, Saint Flavian. And that was let it be said first that this tune existed as a CMD. So this is only half of the original tune. CM stands for common meter. 8 syllables, 6 syllables, 8 syllables, 6 syllables, and then CMD stands for common meter double. So that would be 8-6, 8-6, 8-6, 8-6. So that's the syllables for each line. So like I mentioned, just to repeat, it would originally existed as a CMD text syllabically, and then was modified to the first half of the tune. And this would make sense that this tune would have longer note values in it, mainly because it was used for psalm singing. In 1599, the first time the short form of this tune was used, so we see 1562, the music here, but the first time it was used as a short form, the half of that larger psalm tune, was in 1599. And the text is by John Cawood. He was born into a farming family, so I think that makes it really special to sing and pray this text today, because he probably understood really well the seed and sowing the seed and the effects it has and how we sow it and how we sow. It was published in a selection of psalms and hymns for public and private use, the 8th edition, in 1819. And it was to be sung after the sermon. It was originally 6 stanzas. We have 4 here. And interestingly enough, as we can see, the music 1562, or we could say 1559, right? Or 1599, sorry, the first time the short form was used, which interestingly enough, that's past 1562, right? But that's according to Maurice Frost. Anyway, it took many years later, till 1819, for the text to be set to this or matched with this tune. So today I'm going to be approaching this through devotional organ playing. Many musicians already do this, but it's a very special way of playing the hymn. If you do not know the hymn, or your congregation does not know the hymn, please do not play it this way, because it will be misleading. And we want the congregation singing. But for the sake of Hymn of the Week, I'm going to do this today. And what's great about this is it's text painting that I put into my playing. And that text painting that is part of the playing then becomes live prayer when I'm actually singing it. So it's devotional organ playing. So for example, in the last verse, I get to sow the seed as I'm singing it. And this is how I'll do it. Something like that. I actually probably will play them on the manual. So it feels like I'm actually sowing the seed, right? So I can sow that in prayer, in playing, and in singing. It's a really awesome concept. And then in verse 3, where it's deceitful cares, I could just do a 3 versus 1 counterpoint. So 3 notes to each note that's being sung. I think that was 3. So that's different way of devotional organ playing. And so here we go. Almighty God, your word is cast.
Almighty God, your word is cast like seed.
Thank you very much for listening to Hymn of the Week.